What is up, guys? This is the Wrestling Babble coming back with a NXT Takeover War Games review show. I'm the Merc with the mic, and joined by Louis Beans
Yep.
and the Jabstar Supreme.
Ahem, ahem. Oh shit.
So yeah, NXT was fucking great.
I agree.
I enjoyed
NXT
it.
War Games was awesome.
Really good pay-per-view. Most of the matches were pretty decent. My only match I didn't really like or cared for was the first match.
Yeah, you didn't like Lars Sullivan and
I didn't care for it.
My
CO?
man called him a Jack Kirby character, and it was like,
Dude.
wow, he looks like a new god.
He kind of reminds me of what's his name. He looks like a little
Darkseid.
like Darkseid.
Yeah, with the big ass head. He looks like the DC, the animated
Yeah,
Dark Side with the big ass head and the little legs.
or just take it back to Kirby, just the old school.
Yeah.
But I like the first match. It was all right. It wasn't bad. Definitely wasn't bad.
I wanted more of a competition match and not just a squash match. So I wanted Ono to have some type of way to try to win it. And it looked like he was going to just get his ass kicking for a good 10 minutes. And that's pretty much what it was.
Wait a second. Did we watch the same match? Because he was punching the shit out of that dude.
Yeah, and he didn't sell. He just went and kept going after him.
Yeah, but it wasn't like he didn't get to do his patented offense or anything. So he got to do the flip. He got to do a spinning kick. He got to do. He got his shit in.
Yeah, I personally didn't care for the match. Like that was one match that I really didn't watch. I may have to watch it again just to see it because I really didn't care for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave that one a 3 because that was probably my worst match of the night.
Well, I mean,
and 3 is still good.
All things said, 3's not bad. I would have gave it a 3.5. Could have been a 4 for me, but it was a little funky at the end. So
okay.
Yeah, 3.5. I mean, it wasn't a bad match at all. Like, it was still entertaining. Him just beating up Cassius. I was like, man, Cassius, I know you better than that, but whatever. What are we gonna do? It's to sell you, to sell the other dude.
Yeah, pretty much. Anything else you want to add to this match?
No, gave my score 3.5.
3.5.
Next match, I'd say this was my match of the night, straight down. We probably said this before the cast even came up. Was the Aleister Black versus Velveteen Dream.
Mm-hmm.
I really dug the whole homage to Ravish and Rick Rude with them on his tights and shit.
I didn't even know what it was until he pulled them chaps off. I was like, oh, he's got rainbow pants on, but he had a poncho. He had a small cowboy poncho on.
You're in Houston?
And I was thinking to myself, yo, he looks like a straight up JoJo character, complete with the hairstyle, the shades,
everything,
the poncho, and then he pulls the pants off and has the both faces. I was like, Jesus, when you go full JoJo.
I wonder if he's a fan.
Probably is.
Maybe. But I love how he always gets the cameraman's attention when he comes in now.
Yeah.
Like, attention to detail. That dude, like, he is a student of the game because he pays attention to, like, storytelling. Because I was telling Merc earlier, I was like, how the hell, just out of nowhere, this match just, I mean, sure, we were expecting it, but I wasn't expecting it to be all this in one match.
Yeah,
like the wrestling was great. The high spots were great. The taunting was amazing. Like, that was better than most of the other matches combined. Was just how they taunt each other. I was like, holy shit, that was great.
Yeah, you felt that they hated each other in the ring, and you felt the match. Like, you really dove into the story of what they were going to do to each other and shit. And I really enjoyed that, and I really respect that because that's something kind of lost in a lot of wrestling today. Is that story atmosphere of a match?
That's, to me, that was more than like John Cena like looking at you and talking smack.
Nah,
it was that was more than that casual, that casual rivalry stuff we have now, where a guy just looks at you, says something, you can barely hear him in the ring. Like, these guys were moving in ways to provoke each other. They were literally like emoting, because Aleister Black's thing is he doesn't talk much.
Yeah.
So for a man who doesn't talk much to portray so much story in a wrestling match, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It shows his skill.
And Velveteen Dream right up there with him. So
Yeah, he
kudos
did
to
his
both
own
of them.
shit. He did the flip out the ring and then rolled himself back and
Lit
did his
it.
little taunt.
Dude, like that's the part that was like he did such creepy but yet cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The character was just like, that's just over the top. That's too much. But
And the crowd was
Great.
so into it too.
Yeah.
So
He got
many
cheered.
layers. So
He
many
got
layers.
cheered too. Yeah, so this is a 5 for me.
Definitely
Like,
for 5. How they
Easy
chant?
5.
How they chant? Say his name. That shit was great.
Say his name, and he did.
And he did.
Yeah.
Yep. And it
did
ended
it.
the way it should have too.
Yeah. He gave him some respect.
Mm-hmm.
And then move on. I can see them both in the NXT title picture eventually, which we'll talk about that a little better. But I think these two are set for that title picture.
Definitely.
Both of
Especially,
them,
I think Alexa Black will probably be the next one to fight the current champion, which we'll get into later.
Yeah, which we'll get into later in the hour.
Yeah. But it was a really good match. There's not much I could say more than they delivered it more than I expected, and this was still my favorite match of the whole card, and they delivered even more than I expected.
Agreed.
So kudos to them, and I hope to see more. I actually wouldn't mind seeing another match between them two.
Same here.
If they just keep things going.
I say later down the road. Like I like how
Different.
this was a simple story. It ended. He said his name.
There's two things I could see happening, and one because that Dusty Rhodes tag team thing is coming up. I can see them getting put in a tag team together because they put rivalries with each other in those tournaments.
I see that.
Or
and it didn't end on hatred, so that they could definitely, it makes sense.
Or one will cost the other something.
True enough.
But that'll be like down the road, and you probably won't see them like cross paths until like maybe closer to the next NXT takeover.
If Velveteen stays as a constant constant reminder every once in a while, just pops up against Alistair, not against, but like just at the end of a match,
just pops up in his entrance every other day.
Yeah, he just slides out of the smoke or something.
Yeah,
he pops up behind him and disappears and shit, like something.
Yeah,
something fun.
But I know he made a name for himself. Them two actually made a name for himself tonight, and I think they stole the show. They clearly did. Next match is the Women's Championship match. Ember Moon versus Kairi Sane versus Peyton Royce versus Nikki Cross.
I thought it was an okay match. But, it has the same problem that I have with the War Games itself match is you can see the setups.
Yeah.
For like the multi-woman moves, there was some in the beginning that were obvious. There was something, the finish spot, was extremely telegraphed. So
the finish one really pissed me off. It was
the way they went from standing struggling to groggy, like somebody hit a button or something.
Like at least put her in a sleeper hold or something.
They used up all their stamina.
That's what happened. They used up all their stamina at the same time, and now they're standing there groggy.
My God.
In groggy position.
They went purple.
Yep, they went purple. All you had to do was go up there and hit fucking L1 and it's over.
They were both on danger.
Yeah.
My big problem with this match, they had some good spots. I like the girls that were in the match. I think they all did their thing when it had to come, but when it came to a point when they got really telegraphed, when you knew or saw the move happening, it started getting me annoyed because it's something that has to look natural, and it did not look. I was like, all right, this is gonna happen. It happened. Hey. Like you saw it happening, and then the ending really pissed me off because they could have did a little bit more to sell it, as in put her in a fucking sleeper hold.
Shit, they could have just not did the double people. Thing that they did. They didn't have to do that.
But if you're gonna sell it and you're gonna do it like that, one could have been in a sleeper hold and one trying to win the match and trying to get her down, and then she could have just did that. And they would have been the same position.
Yeah. True
And then also the camera angle should not have been on Ember Moon going up the going up the turnbuckle.
No. There was a straight up shot of Nikki Cross and Peyton Royce standing there, just and you see Nikki Cross look up but not move, and it's just like, well, I guess we know what happens next.
Yeah,
but when her face turned into groggy mode.
Yeah, like you saw the change.
Yeah, and then but you also saw Ember going up the turnbuckle, which they didn't really have to show her going up the turnbuckle.
No, because then like she's taking her time because they have to be in place, and it's just like, yeah.
So slightly, that was my disappointment with the big group matches. Even both the War Games had a lot of them too, and that just gets me annoyed because they could be a bit more creative with that.
You know what my solution to these types of matches is? Not making the wrestler use the same finisher.
No,
they can have an impact move where they hit somebody. Or, out of nowhere after like somebody. Okay, perfect example. Kairi Sane hits the elbow on both of the girls. Ember Moon could have came and did a move and just jacked her, and it would have been over.
Yeah.
Instead of having to wait for them to set up and be groggy and then look out of place and unnatural and then do her one finisher, and it's like no.
Yeah, not everything has to have a fucking Not everything has to have like a finisher done. Like their main finisher don't have to be used all the time to win a match.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have like AJ Styles have 5 different finishers because he could win it with any of those 5 moves kind of thing. So if he can't do it like this, he'll do something else to do.
I like when they have options.
Yeah. I lost Cia and Almas. Speaking of, that's what he did.
Yeah.
He did a different move. Yeah. So,
but
same in the War Games match. It's a thing. I guess maybe it's a experience thing because the other people there was a multi-man match and they did not use their finisher to end the match.
Yeah, it feels this one is like they had to use it when they could have just did it because especially after those big hits and shit like that. Some of those big hits should have been the thing that pretty much cost them the match.
Yes. Yeah. I agree.
And you don't have to it's nice seeing the finishers, especially like Kairi Sane's like elbows drop. It's nice seeing, but I did like the fact that Nikki Cross kicked out because it didn't hit her. It didn't hit her. And at least they explained that part. But when you do things, you have to at least make it look natural. That's my biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Make it look natural.
There was a 3 for me.
I'll give it 3.5. Just the fact that I'm happy Amber actually finally got a belt.
I agree, but with her getting the belt, but again, just the way it ended, it was like she deserved better with that. Like, you didn't have to do that.
I like this match better than the Lars Sullivan one, so I'm just gonna give it a 3.5.
Understandable.
What about you, Jeffster?
3.5 for me. I wasn't crazy into it. And I kind of wanted Nikki Cross to win. It was either or for me, really.
I think we all said Nikki Cross.
Yeah, we said Nikki Cross.
Yeah. So far,
we sanity with all the belts.
We picked almost all the winners on our cast.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
we got a good win-loss rate on that.
Yeah, and what's funny is the fact that I picked I predicted the lineup.
Oh yeah, because it could have been somebody else. You're right. True enough.
I was like, all right, the War Games is definitely going to be a main event. I was like, but there's only 5 matches, so it's not that thing. But yeah, again, I had problems with the women's match, just the fact that again, a lot of the shit was telegraphed, and that really bothers me. That's my biggest problem with Naomi, is when you see her waiting to do the move and not moving naturally to do it.
Gotcha.
I wish Nick was on because he always gives Alexa Bliss shit. It's so funny. It's so funny how you guys have different opinions.
Yeah.
Like, he'll praise Naomi and not...
He praises Naomi for her beauty.
Ooh.
That is it. You know it. I know it.
Yeah, I know it. I know.
And Minion is here. Hi, Minion.
What is the discussion? I come in and I hear booties.
Right now, we passed the Aleister Black match. We passed the Lars Sullivan match. So if you want to put your reviews on them, you can do that now.
Oh, would you guys review it? Would you guys review Dream versus Black?
That was a 5.
5.
5, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that had everything, man. That was just storytelling, the mind games, the athleticism that was displayed by both. That counter DDT that Dream did to Black, that
Yeah.
shocked the hell out of me. I don't know what the hell that was.
Yo, that fucking fireman carry move he does, it takes a
The
lot.
cartwheel.
Yo,
Oh, the Death Valley Driver cartwheel.
and
Yeah,
actually
it's
to land on his feet
Yup.
after doing it, that takes skill, lots of skill and athleticism.
Yup.
And I like the fact he
Balance.
started using it as a finisher as well.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
has 2 different finishers. He has that elbow drop and he has that move.
And I guess the DDT. If he pulls it out again, maybe.
That was sick.
That was
can't
a
wait
mean
to see,
DDT.
I can't wait to see more rivalries for him. I really can't wait because he's the future of NXT. He has a good.
That was the best. That was like the best hype in a long time for a fight. They
Best
did a
build.
great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the whole feud was good.
And
They did a great job with that.
And they spaced it out really good that it made you think about what's going to happen next for a while because they didn't do it every week. They did it like every other or every 3 weeks that they'll do something between them or they have a promo or they'll show the little clips of what happened last week and then one of them will have a promo, then the other one have a promo. And they did it such a good way that, take notes and do things like that because that's what we appreciate, especially when we watch WWE TV, is that we know it's more storyline than wrestling. So if you give us the whole package in it, you will get more people to watch.
The camera work was a little sloppy during that match because there's a point where Black does the Velveteen Dreams pose, and I'm like, what's going on that the crowd's going crazy over? And then they show the last of it, like him crawled and
they
looking
missed the
at
finish.
him.
They missed the finish. You didn't get to see the
missed the
kick.
Black mass. Yeah.
So
they moved. You know what? I give this also. There was not a lot of like rest holds, only in the beginning, and the rest was just like, fucking back and forth.
Also, did you notice the mean botch in the women's match during Nikki Cross's entrance when the cameraman just falls?
Yeah.
You noticed that?
Nobody went to pick that up. Yeah, he just fell.
And then after that, they made it seem like you're in an insane asylum, so the walls are bouncing every time that she's walking. I think they were trying to cover that up.
No, good. What you give Dolores and Ono? I gave it a 3. The other guys gave it a 3.5.
0.5, man. I thought it was actually pretty good. You saw some power from Lars Sullivan, and the big man, he's got so much agility. I just don't know what you're gonna do with Cassius Ono at this point now. You just
Cassius is
what are
in
you
the
gonna do with
line
him?
He's pretty much in the line of as an enhancement talent. He's gonna help these guys build up and whatnot. And that's a big reason why they signed him back to NXT, because he is that talent that could really get people over and really work with people. And I think that's the reason why he's back in NXT. And that's what they're using him. He's pretty much like Tyler Breeze, Ty Dillinger at this point. As
far as a wrestling match, I thought it was a really, really physical wrestling match. The only thing that was messed up to me was the finish. The finish was, I think, Cassius Ohno jumped a little too soon, or he didn't jump at all, and then Lars had to use the rest of his power on the second slam. Hard hitting. Also, I appreciated that match. It was fun to watch, and it was short. The future, I don't know exactly what they're gonna have Lars Sullivan do, but I did like his entrance, the way his new entrance was. It was black for him. Can you imagine him and like Braun Strowman as a tandem?
Yeesh.
I could see him. I could see him being a big project in Vince McMahon's eyes and the main roster. The fact that his size, ability, but is also going that he looks like he has bad knees, and he has to stay healthy with that.
Also, he's relatively new to the scene, so he definitely needs that time to develop.
Well, they threw
and he's ugly.
They threw Braun Strowman in there, and Braun Strowman didn't really have much time to really develop either.
He got the boots on the ground.
He was Adam Rose's. He was in the party.
Yeah, and Lars Sullivan looks like a genetic freak of rock. Lars Sullivan, they had a baby. That's what it looked like.
Bruno Sammartino and Brock Lesnar had a kid. That's Lars Sullivan.
That's
You know
what
what?
Lars
Bruno, he got all right. He does look a little bit like Bruno, a little bit.
He got that old Bruno, like 70s wrestler, meat and potato motherfucker.
You know what? Yeah,
All
that's the
he
look he
eats
has to him.
is
Yeah,
mashed
physical.
potatoes and meat and gravy. That's all he eats.
Yep. That looks like that. All right. So we went into the women's match. That was the last thing we were talking about. And a lot of big problems of the women's match, that everything was really telegraphed. That it really bothered me when things were telegraphed. The ending really bothered me with the two things, that they could have did things more naturally, that it would have looked better than them just standing groggy. Looked like they were on their energy levels were on purple in WWE 2K18.
Yeah.
And so those were my little pieces of that match that really bothered me. I give credit for all the 4 girls. They all did their part and they tried their best, but this match could have been better. Maybe if it was a one-on-one, or just like a one-on-one match.
True enough.
I gave it a 4. I thought it was pretty good. I think Nikki Cross is just really sloppy. I'm starting to see it more and more now. She's very sloppy.
Yeah.
She's very physical, but she's sloppy. She kind of reminds me of like a Sheamus.
Yeah, like old Sheamus.
Like old Sheamus, but like give her some more time and you'll see that she'll get better. But the more you watch her, the more she's like I don't know. She just seems so sloppy in the ring.
It looks like
not
she
sloppy
rushed,
like Naomi. Yeah. Like sloppy, like old school Mick Foley. You know what I mean?
She looks like kind of like Jeff.
Yeah. Who are you gonna say? She looks like who?
She reminds me of Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, but she's like the test dummy. She's the one that gets all the big moves done to her, which I love. I respect her for that. That power bomb that she took on the outside was crazy. I felt that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he disappeared. Yeah, so,
I thought we lost service there.
Yeah, so the power bomb was pretty sick. She does take a lot of the big bumps, but what I mean by her with being kind of a sloppy wrestler is that with Jeff Hardy, he kind of rushes moves, and when he does it, it looks he looks like he messes up when he does the moves. In a sense, he doesn't have a lot of feng shui with the moves. He doesn't do it perfectly. He always has a weird way of landing with them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I mean by Jeff.
Would have liked Peyton Royce to have won that match, but kind of figured since it was in Texas that it was going to be Moon's night.
Yeah.
But I wanted Peyton Royce to win that title so bad.
I said that on the last cast when we did the predictions. Is like I would like to see Peyton Royce win, but we all kind of picked Ember Moon. No, we all picked Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
But we acknowledged that Ember Moon was going to win.
Yeah. Too, so. Yeah, I gave this match a 3.5. Like, I liked what they did and what they had time for. I just hated the telegraph shit that they did. They could run them a little better. I hated the ending. I hated the finish.
Yeah, the finish was kind of flimsy, but it was it was also creative. But they were also like holding each other up, and they were also doing like the Mortal Kombat finish him spins.
Yeah,
so I was like, what the hell's going on?
What bothered me? You could, how easily you could have fixed it. You would have had one doing a sleeper hold on one.
Yeah.
The same shit. You're behind or full Nelson, whatever the fuck you want to do, but do something that takes the time for her to get up. And I hate the fact that the camera was on her getting up, so you knew exactly what was coming.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my little gripe with the match.
Yep.
And I go with. Like the whole, I hate when things are telegraphed and you can see them thinking and you can see it happening, and it annoys the shit out of me when they do that.
Yeah.
You see the hamster fall off the wheel.
Yeah. Next match is the NXT Championship match. Drew McIntyre versus Cien Amas.
I was so happy that he won.
Yeah, me too.
So happy. Like,
bro,
this dude was a boring champion.
Yeah,
he's so boring.
I liked him as champ, but he didn't really fight that many people. So,
like he has some good matches. It's just a lot of the matches that he did have that are highlighted were not on live on TV. It was
really
in house shows.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. And it's fucked up. It's like, yo, why can't you if you put more of these matches on the show, then I think we would have gave Drew McIntyre probably more props as being champion. But a lot of his matches are on live shows and shit that we don't get to see, and we're like, oh fuck, he hasn't defended the title all these weeks. That's how we see it. You understand?
Interesting. There you go. Well, that explains that.
But he did have some good matches. Like Roderick Strong, him and Roderick Strong had a really good match.
I like Drew McIntyre as the champ. I thought he actually did pretty well. You saw him on NXT TV more often than I saw Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just had a champion swagger about him. So, you know, the way he carries
but Roode
himself.
was a better champion because when it came down to promo time and to tell everybody why he's the best and he wears custom made suits, he was the best at doing that. Drew McIntyre, I think, just entertaining to watch, I think, because a man that size shouldn't be able to move the way he moves. And he's got a lot of moves in his arsenal, so I thought he was like his matches are entertaining. Like Jay said, the match with Roderick Strong was really entertaining. That was hard hitting. That was like 25-minute match they had. That was sick.
Him and Killian Dane had a really good match.
He's a good guy. I get beat up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think his first match with CN Almas was good too. He had a match when he first came back at CN, and it was actually pretty good.
It was just short, that one.
Yeah, that was really short, but it was good. Him and Orny Larkin had a really good match. So he had some really highlighted matches in NXT, but I don't think he had that many highlighted matches as NXT champion.
Yeah, I agree.
Than he had as a writer when he just first came back. So I think that was where I kind of wish Scott was able to see more of his title reign than what we did see. So I kind of wanted him to have a good reign, and I just wanted to see the matches that he had like on the live shows because some of them looked really good. Like I watched some of them on like the YouTube and shit, and they were looked good, like good matches. It's just like that's all. Like fucking on Friday, he fought Adam Cole for the NXT Championship.
Really, I didn't see that.
With Shawn Michaels as the special guest referee. That's not on TV. Why is that not on TV? I hate that. That's not on TV.
Wait, so that's where the match with what was it?
That's crazy. So he fought Friday.
Yeah, he fought Friday.
Adam Cole.
Yeah.
And then he fought Saturday. Wow.
Yeah.
So wait, Friday was a UK Championship match?
No, Friday was the UK for Gargano it's on the NXT. So
okay,
the hour before, the hour before NXT started, they had their match.
Understood. Okay.
So it was show on Wednesday.
Okay.
So again, like I said, Adam Cole versus Drew McIntyre was on Friday. Like that's something
crazy.
that you want to see. And they had a good finish. They had a fun finish, and with Shawn Michaels being in there and shit like that was pretty cool. But you only could see it if someone recorded it on their phone. You ain't gonna be able to see it on fucking NXT.
Wow. Okay.
So I wish they showed his title reign more because he looked like he had good matches. He looked like he was really putting himself as champ. But I'm really happy that Cien Almas is champion because he had like an up and down fucking career the whole time in NXT. Like he was pretty much not liked as a babyface, so they fucking didn't cheer his ass when he first came in. He started showing him that he's really good in the matches, but he never really had that character really build up. So now he's the guy.
And it's funny, he probably has the longest story arc besides Johnny Gargano because he's been there for a long ass time. And he's actually on, like you said, undergone character development. They showed the flashback to the party days. Yeah, and like
that's what I like. Yeah,
it was just like okay, they actually kept everything in sequence, and this guy actually has a history that you can follow.
And I like that it made sense. Like all that shit made sense, and they actually build up to what he is now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like all those losses, all those things like that, they all build up to now, and I'm happy about that.
There you go. It just goes to show you that those things do count.
So let's talk about the match because we're going into the people. It was a solid match. It was a really good match. I'll say this is the second best match of the night.
I would agree. Like Cien was on fire.
Yeah.
He was just hitting stuff clean. He only did one thing that looked a little shaky, and that was at the absolute end.
Yeah.
But like for the most part, like he was on point.
Yeah, because I think that the movie you're talking about, that's when this dude pulled his bicep.
At the absolute end?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the DDT that he landed really funky. Yeah.
Yeah, that was where Drew McIntyre pulled his bicep.
Gotcha. Well, shit, I couldn't tell what was going on there.
Yeah, after that, once that happened and he got pinned, he couldn't move his arm. His arm was like dangling.
Gotcha. Okay.
He's injured. Yeah, I think he's going to be out for a few months actually.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah.
There's no immediate, rematch clause. So there you go.
Well, I see it happening down the road, or
no,
at
I
least,
mean, we have to wait for it now. That's what I mean.
Yeah, and also the way NXT is taped and Ray is recorded. By the time the next takeover, you probably won't even notice he was injured.
You're right.
There's already mad episodes done.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, they start fresh now, so like this week will be they start filming this week, which will be the NXT Takeover episode.
Right.
This week, so they'll start filming the new shows this week. So they do like 3 shows in one taping.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll have everything building up, and I think the next big thing is the Dusty Classic, which is happening.
Okay.
So
when is the UK thing going to take place, man?
The UK, I don't know. I guess is them trying to get places to do it and the cost of bringing them and all that shit. I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but we're waiting. I guess let him defend it in NXT for a while until they actually have a show to defend it on.
Because I see they keep showing the 4 guys, the 4 amigos chilling in the audience.
Yeah.
Or there or on 205 or something. They're there.
And he has a title defense this week too. So.
But like, let's get that special or whatever it was supposed to be.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a show. It's supposed to be like 205 Live. It's supposed to be an hour show weekly.
Oh, okay, yeah, definitely. I definitely want that started though.
I think it was going to be a Friday night show.
Okay.
But let's see what happens. Like for now, defend the belt on NXT.
Yeah.
Let's
not let the guys get forgotten, because you know how it is. You can go missing for a week and people just get real cold on them.
You know what's funny is the fact that they had probably still considered one of the best matches of the year for the title. So show them, showcase them. Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne probably still has one of the top matches of the year.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of forgot about that match, but that's probably one of the best matches of the year. And you had to
build on that. I did not forget that match.
Yeah. And I'm hoping Gargano and him had a classic too, because I refuse to look at the results from it.
Okay.
Oh, so talking about the match. Who wants to start off?
I'll start it off. Okay. I'll start it off. So I'm watching this match, and how long have we been advocating for Almas? How long have I been saying that when you look at him, he's automatically money, right? All he needs is like something to help him start his character.
I think his biggest thing was the mic. We all said that with the mic.
We all felt that way, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to first start off with the rating, and I'm going to give this match a 5 because I loved everything about it. It was hard hitting. You saw a lot of the independent style go into this match, where a lot of counters were being done. A lot of like big spots were done, almost with the mean moonsault off the top rope. Oh man, he was on fire. Yeah. And when a man sheds tears after another man wins a belt, like I shed a tear when he won. I really couldn't believe that.
Yeah,
I haven't shed a tear in a while. So for me to feel that emotion was just like, damn, I wish I was in the arena.
Who's the last person that felt like that when they got Sami Zayn when he first got the NXT title?
Yeah, like I shed a tear. I was like, I couldn't believe it. Like I told my wife, I was like, I don't think Almas is winning tonight. I think this is his last match. I told you that too, Jay. Remember, I was like at the house. I said, I don't think he's gonna win. I think it's too early for McIntyre to lose the title. Yeah. But was I wrong? And I was glad I was wrong, because they gave me a classic. They gave me one of the best NXT title matches in a long time. But that you could actually watch it over. And that match was like a good 20 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't boring.
It wasn't boring at all. And the involvement with Selena Vega, I love that. Like that, she's actually a manager that gets involved.
She's so tiny.
Different type. Yeah, I know. This time,
I love it though. I love it.
Yes.
Compared with McIntyre, it's like her trying to suplex Diesel.
You saw how that huge. They try to do a face-to-face in the beginning. Yeah. She's so small.
She's the size of his leg.
But that's what's missing with a lot of wrestlers. Sometimes you need management involvement, and especially if you can't get over on by yourself with your own talent on the mic. You know, she does that for him. But I did not expect her to be the manager that she is. She's amazing. The involvement of the matches that she's got into, the different things they've done. Him versus Gargano, with her showing the DIY shirt.
Yeah.
Him versus Roddy Strong, her doing the Hurricane Rana to Roddy on the steps.
Yeah.
And then this match, the Spike Hurricane Rana, I love it.
Yeah, I like her. She's actually really good in the ring. So I just hope they keep her as a valet right now. And if they decide to put her as a wrestler, let her do that down the road. But I like her, what she's doing with Cien Almas, and keep them going. See, this is the Cien Almas. I could see them doing something up in the main roster. I don't want him to go to the main roster, but I can see him doing something with her, being what he is now. Because look at Miz and Maurice and how successful they were. So, and she was another one. She was the only one that got involved at certain points in the match. Then the other valets that don't do shit, they just out there smiling.
My comparison for her was like Sister Sherry.
Yeah.
Like she hypes
her
her man up at any and all costs, and she's not above getting involved in the match.
I feel that they need that's something that's missing in nowadays. There's not a good manager. There's always lackeys, or there's Paul Heyman. There's no one that's like getting involved, helping your person win, no matter what kind of thing. And I think it's a lost thing that they don't have anymore in NXT. I like the fact that they brought it back in NXT.
Yeah, I mean, you guys nailed it, because now I'm thinking about it. The managers back then were amazing. They were making fools of themselves. They showed way more personality. I think these people now, I don't know if it's the creative team that decides this, or if it's your own power to do it, but they're just too stale. They're too dull. Like I can't think of a good manager. Like I liked Ellsworth with Carmella when Ellsworth was helping her. Yeah. After a while, it got stupid with him being on a dog leash.
Yeah.
My big thing is I know for a fact with the main roster wise is the fact that I don't think they want to put like a guy hitting a woman on TV kind of shit anymore.
No, yeah, that's
a kind of a thing that they like in NXT. I think they will get it. I think Triple H would get away with it more, is the fact that it is NXT and it's not on where all the advertisements is being shown and everything at.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So I could see something like that. But it is tough that yeah, it's a lost art. It's something that is lost. Like you don't have like a mouth of itself. We had someone close, which was Xavier Woods for a while, and I kept pushing that. He reminds me of Jimmy Hart at times because of the whole him talking mad shit while he's outside the ring.
Yeah.
Before he started wrestling, he was one of the few people that did it too, and he got involved in the matches. They helped him win, and this is when they were heel, and they were perfect heels for that.
Yep. And he was super animated even back then.
Yeah, and it's great to have that. You need that because everyone is kind of molded the same way. If you don't have that uniqueness for certain characters, and that's a lost art. And I'm glad that they're using it with Cien Almas because he didn't need that mic piece. He don't speak good English, and they got someone that can.
Mm-hmm.
And she speaks Spanish.
And also, it's his inability to speak English well hasn't become a gimmick.
No,
and it's not like something that's either to be something that makes you take him less serious because he doesn't speak English. Where it's just, it seems certain people when they don't speak English, it's like, oh, dude, you need to because it's going to help you a lot. Yeah. But him, he doesn't need to because that's not what he was really missing.
I think his mannerisms speak for itself. Mm-hmm. Like when someone talks shit to him and shit like that, he just gives you that cocky smile.
He's another person that he animates well. He's like Velveteen and Aleister Black, where like physically you can tell what they're thinking because they emote well.
Yeah. And I'm like, kudos to him, man. I'm very happy for him, and he is well-deserved championship man, well-deserved champion. I'm happy that he busted his ass. We've seen him live a few times, and we saw the crowd not liking him. We saw the crowd. I think we always liked him because we cheered him all the time. But
every time we saw him live.
Most of the crowd didn't like him, and we did see him live and everything like that. And it's just nice seeing the development and how development works in WWE.
Now it's time for Naito to get that belt.
Yeah, when you see it,
word.
Yeah, when you see it, it's great to see. Like when these guys get really get to that step. When Sami Zayn did it, when Neville did it, when fucking Bo Dallas did it, I enjoyed every minute because I seen the development, I seen them build it, I seen them try their best as characters and whatnot. So it's really nice seeing that last end in NXT. I really like that, and that's something I love about NXT.
So what's the overall rating?
I'm not gonna give it a 5. I'll give it a 4.5 because the Velveteen Dream and Alex Black. I just think the story of that match was just so much better. Like they nailed every single part of that rivalry to a T. So I'm going to give a perfect score to that one. This one's close enough.
I'd agree with that. 4.5 for mostly the same reason. Again, I mentioned the thing at the end, but I did not know the man was injured, but it looked the way it looked for me.
Yeah,
but
like he sold the DDT really bad.
Yeah, it looked like he fucking killed himself.
Yeah, he sold the DDT really bad, and he did it twice, and he sold it the same way twice, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
But then again, he's huge, and Amos is not that big, so I'll give him that. But it was like still.
But again, if that's the only complaint I really have about the match was just that one blemish, and that was, I'm not gonna say it was a bad match for it. It's not. That Velveteen Dream match, though.
Yeah, it happens. It happens, but it was a great match. So again, I give it a 4.5. 4.5 for you too.
Yeah, 4.5 for me.
All right.
Yeah, 4.5, man. 4.5. Only because the crowd was way into the Velveteen Dream match more.
Yeah.
And it was clear. Like, they really got into it. So this one, the crowd was pretty into it, but not as much as that. So 4.5.
But how'd that make you feel?
It made me feel like it could have been better. No, it was good. It was good all around. I enjoyed it. That was another match I kind of enjoyed, and I was really rooting for Almas to win.
Yeah.
And shout out to you, Jay Dizzle, for getting me that shirt for my birthday. Appreciate it. And Grenobles.
It came out, it's like fucking, it was like right on time, too.
Oh, yeah, you gave me the shirt right after the match.
Yeah.
You're the ungoverned now, huh?
Yeah.
You're the ungovernable?
Yeah.
Keep that eye open.
That's it.
Man. So main event, War Games. The two. You know what? Before we get into the match, I'm just gonna say I felt bad for whoever was on the other side of the second ring.
Why?
Because you couldn't see shit. They used the first ring, and you didn't see. No one would use the second ring unless the War Games on. So you couldn't really see half the match because you were so far from the fucking thing.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what's up.
I mean, AOP did their dirty work in the beginning on the second side, and that was about it.
Yeah, but
that was about it.
Yeah, like
and the table. Bad. You know what? The table spot. There you go. That's basically what it was for.
I felt bad because I was like, at least like adjust, like have one match in one, then the other match in the other, and just at least so the other side of the crowd could see it. But that side of the crowd got no love until the War Games match.
Well, they got to see Aleister Black because that was the way that match was at. Aleister and
It was. I thought it was in the first one.
Yeah,
they alternated.
Cool because when it came out, Morrow pretty much said, "Look at him. He's taking his time." It was either Morrow or it was the English guy that was like, "Look at him taking his time," and you just saw Aleister Black strolling past the first ring with the me mug straight to the second one.
I didn't know something. I thought they didn't do that. I thought everyone on the right side got left out.
No, I noticed it because I watched it today because I couldn't really focus the first time we were watching it.
Yeah.
So the second time I saw it, I noticed that they alternated the ring.
You were drinking too much?
Yep.
Maybe.
I had a feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could neither confirm nor deny.
Oh man, but War Games. It was Authors of Pain and Roderick Strong versus the Undisputed Era versus Sanity.
See, this is a match where, had I listened to rumors, I'd have believed that Roderick Strong was going to betray them. I'm just putting that out there.
So we got a Kurt Angle.
Oh man,
Roderick Strong
came on with the mask with the net on and everything. Okay.
Yeah. He was a mini one. He looked like he got stuck in the dryer for too long.
No, he was the regular one, and they're the ones when you put the mutagen in.
right?
Yeah, they're the Super Shredder. They're the token of Razor. You know, one of them is already named Razor.
Yeah, that's how me and Josh described them for a while. Token of Razor.
They look like regular wrestlers on Mutagen.
Yeah.
The before and after.
Yep.
So who wants to start this match?
I'll start it again.
Go ahead.
So it was called War Games, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it was. It was a war in there. That was physical. That was brutal. Alexander Wolf, I think, woke up with 7 staples in his head today.
Yep.
He man, after that German that he gave, I don't know which member of AOP that was, but it just it looked bad. It looked
he
like
got the worst of it.
Yeah, it looked like, remember when RVD I think did a 5-star through the table and the corner of the table almost went into his eye?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happened to Alexander Wolf, and also the fact that his nose was bruised or broken because, my God, his ass landed right on Alexander Wolf's face.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Yeah, if you really look at it, it was brutal. But you know, this match was very entertaining, and it was a real war. There was blood involved. I mean, probably not intended, but man, Sanity caught the worst of everything.
Yeah, they
really look
they
at
took
it.
most of the big fucking hits.
They did,
and then they gave.
Dane dished them out.
I think the worst 2 spots, I'll tell you right now, was the final chapter in between the middle of the 2 rings. I thought that was very weak.
Yeah.
And the other weak spot was the cross body slam Simone drop. I felt like he just laid on him, like he fell on one leg.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was very entertaining. The only thing I didn't really like is the finish. I don't like when Adam Cole wins with the Shining Wizard, but at least he did it with the chair.
Yeah.
So it made sense. The superplex off the top was amazing.
Yeah.
I like the way they used the structure of the cage. It was pretty brutal.
It looked
It
looked like they didn't have any structure that they had to go by. They were able to do what they wanted in the ring and do a show, just don't bleed. But they happened to bleed anyway.
I thought one of the funniest spots was when AOP threw Roddy to the other side of the ring into the other opponents. I thought that was hilarious. They long darted him. It shows how strong they are.
It was a really entertaining match.
Killian Dane was an absolute star this match, which is hard for me to admit. He was very creative at his size.
Yeah.
That drop kick that he did across the ring to Kyle O'Reilly was very impressive for a man that size to do that.
I also like how he talked shit before he did it.
Yeah, I was very impressed by. I'm telling you, I was very impressed by Killian Dane this match.
Yeah, he showed his stuff.
Yeah, despite having the worst 2 spots with Killian Dane involved, I was very, very amazed of how great he did in this match. Yeah. He was very. I don't know if they spoke about it, but some of the spots he did was awesome. The Michinoku driver with the bonsai drop on the guy. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. The drop kick and the senton at the same time I thought was creative.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, I think the man that took the most punishment this match is probably, if it's not Eric Young, because Eric Young was getting thrown around like a rag doll. You really look at it, he's getting thrown around like a rag doll.
Boss, though. Did you see when he saw that power bomb and when they showed the replay? He did the rock.
Yeah, exactly.
Flipped and rolled. That shit was amazing.
Kyle O'Reilly got destroyed this match. Really look at it. He gets destroyed. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Alexander Wolf got I'll tell you, he got it bad.
Yeah, he busted his back.
He got it bad. But my rating for this match, I'm giving it a 4.5 because I just love the title match as my match of the night, and Black versus Dream is a 5 also. And I like one-on-ones better than I like clutter, and that's what that match was. It was clutter, but it was great clutter. It was chaos. It was like recyclable gold. It was like you can get the golden ticket with that match. It was great. I knew that the Undisputed Era was going to win, though. There's no way that they weren't going to let them take that win. It's Adam Cole's he's going to be a top guy for a long time. He's only 28 years old.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Sanity. I'm hoping Who was your favorite? Who were your favorite three in this match? Mine was Sanity.
I thought they all did pretty well. Like Authors of Pain kind of surprised me in this match. They showed a lot more than what we usually see from them. Undisputed Era was fun. I think they all did their part in the match, and I think they balanced each other really well. They all kind of like went with each other really well too. So you had your small guys, you had your big guys, you had your power guys, you had everything in that match. So I thought it worked really well.
Yeah, those are 4.5.
I enjoyed this match more than the TLC of last pay-per-view. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
very true.
Yeah, definitely.
Very true.
I felt like it was structured chaos.
That TLC match was just too long. It was just nothing going on at a certain point. This match, things just kept happening.
Yeah,
and nobody could.
The fans were really into this match. And exactly. And also, you know what? You got to give a lot of credit to this match for the simple fact is that you know how hard it is for fans to stay hyped throughout the whole night for every match. They were loud for this match also.
Yeah.
So hats off to all those gentlemen. I mean, like I said, I wish Adam Cole would have finished with the last shot instead of the Shining Wizard. But other than that, 4.5. That was great. I could watch it again. I'll tell you that. It had a lot of replay value.
Yeah.
Did anybody see how Killian Dane almost broke his nose?
Yep.
Yeah.
When they did the collider to him in the between of the ring.
They got him good.
They did a good. I think everyone in this match did they did a good job. I give them a lot of credit. I give this one a 4.5 too because it was just it was structured chaos. Like it was chaotic, but at least it was exciting. And it was more like you could see where it was going and whatnot, but not predictable. Like my biggest complaint was the other matches. You saw predictability in some of the spots, but you saw it happening, especially with Adam Cole being in the corner, things like that. And they're waiting. I hate when they have to wait instead of doing something while they're waiting.
Yeah.
Other than that, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Again, I take a chaotic match like the TLC match in the last pay-per-view. This was just more fun to watch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked the balance of big guys and small guys. They had guys of every level in this ring. They had guys that were just willing to work with each other and just put out the best show they possibly can. So I give them a lot of credit. I give it 4.5.
Yeah.
I wanted to give it a 4.5, but my reasons for liking the match are somewhat like Jay with the structured chaos, but like there were a few things that just looked super like it looked natural.
Yeah.
And then there were some moments that stood out, but they were also very comical. The number one was Adam Cole creeping along the top of the cage.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Not being forgotten either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
is that when Morrow was saying he's swimming on top of the cage?
Oh,
yeah.
He said Cole is swimming on top of the cage.
He was just
Morrow was great.
Yeah, like he was on fire tonight too. Shout out to the commentators.
Morrow was money.
But like that moment had me dying, and it had me intrigued because I was also just paying attention to him the whole time while it was going on. I was waiting for what's he gonna do.
Yeah,
and he delivered with the suplex. But that also falls into the predictability of because you could see Eric Young laying down in the position ready to take a dive from Adam Cole. If you look at it, you see him do it. You see him put his arms and tense up. And Adam Cole never actually falls on him. And then I guess they changed plans. They call it audible because maybe that was too dangerous. But then it goes into the suplex spot. And luckily, the only way it didn't seem very forced was because they didn't do what they did in the Ember Moon match. They didn't pan down.
Yeah.
If you notice, when they were fighting him and Roddy, they did not pan down to the crowd. So you thought that Roddy was going to suplex him into nothing.
Yeah, until you look down.
So so that was good camera work on their part that helped that predictable moment not look so predictable.
Yeah,
like the replays look worse than the actual moment if you look at it. Killian Dane was a beast. Him swallowing the key, adding character to the match. You know
that was hilarious.
I mean, sure that he's gonna be on Botchamania for botching the closing of the door. If anybody noticed that,
when he closed it on O'Reilly's head.
No, did you see him like stand there for a minute and they had to just pan away from him because he couldn't close it?
No, I didn't see that.
Like that was a thing. the Adam Cole moment in the middle was kind of whack with the power bombs. But again, Eric Young selling his ass off made it worth it for me. Like there was so many things that could have just been plain bad that somebody else picked up the slack in a way that for some reason the dudes in the main roster can't seem to do.
Yeah.
So like this was definitely 4.5. It would have been a 5, but again, that predictability element was there and was visible.
You just said something, right? You said something like a lot of the things that the guys on the main roster just can't do. Now, is that more of the creative team? Because a lot of these guys that came from the main roster from NXT, and we don't see the same type of matches. Same roster. It's something definitely like they softened their creative process to do something in the match that they don't allow them to do. Like in WWE, you don't get a lot of like the ROH. You don't get a lot of the independent styles unless you watch like KO and Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You don't get a lot of the fast pace. You get more ground and more taunting, more of the old school tactics. So I understand what you were saying there. It's so frustrating though when you say that.
I'll help you even further by comparing the two matches. The TLC to this match was that Kane spot with the chairs was pure WWE. That was some guy jerking off in the back, like, oh, look at these chairs we got. We got to do something with that.
Yeah.
The garbage truck element was just like it seemed forced. It was like, if that's the Miz's idea, why is he forcing Kane to do it? Why is not the Miz Taraj doing it? It's a lot of inconsistencies with a lot of things, and then it's just that whole thing broke down when Dean bounced off the tables, like when Kane couldn't put him through the tables. It was just a whole bunch of just like, this is just not good.
I know what you're talking about now.
I'll say this in the difference between the main roster and NXT. You have NXT being written by 3 people. Okay. Main roster, you have like a fucking 15 writers and Vince McMahon and
it's other like a Hollywood production.
Exactly. So being Triple H, was Triple H, Fit Finley, and I forgot who else. Those are and Albert. Those are the ones.
Like Scotty 2 Hotty and all those other people.
Those are the ones that are pretty much running the show and making the matches and pretty much like that. But you also got to realize NXT is not being sponsored by anything. The NXT is not really being showcased as the product that's making the money off like advertisements and things like that. NXT is not that. WWE is. Monday Night Raw is. But you go to the point that Raw is mainly the flagship show. They do say there are more entertainment than anything, and it shows. It shows that they're trying to make a TV show more than just a wrestling thing. When NXT is a wrestling show with storyline.
But so why are they better? So why is NXT better at doing the entertainment part than WWE?
Because it's more simple. It's more simplified. As in, I say this is. I think the NXT it works because it's a lot less people in a room making these ideas than what Monday Night Raw and SmackDown is.
I just mean like, okay, you give these guys
network. It's more commercial. It's commercial free. You get to enjoy these matches way more.
Yeah.
Also, that's also true. But I just mean in that particular of this structured chaos. We know this is structured chaos.
Yeah.
It's just in that instance, how do these men who've probably been doing it for like 10 years plus in a structured chaos environment?
I just feel like they
not do it as well.
WWE tries to show that they have a movie production.
No, but I mean like some things are dumb. Yeah. Like that chair thing was just dumb.
Yeah.
That
it was.
It's like that didn't cost more money than the ring. It was just like that was just dumb. Yeah. It was like why couldn't they just go through the tables? Why did Kane have to do that awkward double choke slam and like basically because he's trying to do a double, he didn't even get all of it on the second guy. Like it just looks bad.
Yeah.
Not saying it's everybody's fault, but because even the best people can have a bad match.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is when you compare the two, one looks way better than the other.
I feel also I think in NXT they get more. I think they get more opportunity to structure the match how they want it. They get that more open field and doing what they want. When on the main roster, they kind of have to have a strict way of doing certain things.
Yeah, you probably have to hit these certain notes. But
and
I think they should take note.
And I think NXT you have more leeway with it. There's a lot more leeway for them to do other things and a lot of things to make audibles and matches and things like that. And I think Triple H will accept it more, as in this man and everyone is probably more. It has to be this way.
Also, accidents happen.
Kind of like that. And
accidents happen.
Yeah,
and it's okay.
Exactly.
You know, but
and then it shows on SmackDown as well, because SmackDown is being. The people that are behind SmackDown now are the people behind NXT. So you see kind of the same kind of structure, not completely, but you see kind of the same structure on SmackDown as well.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because they also kind of book the same way. You don't see the same guys on TV every day. You see different, like you'll see them focus on the tag team titles as the main picture, and then they'll have the other things going on along. They'll do the WWE title as one show. So it depends on how it works.
Okay. Gotcha. But hey, still 4.5 for me.
Yeah, 4.5.
I agree.
4.5 and
4.5 all the way.
How are you, Josh?
That's at 4.5, definitely.
Yeah, 4.5. All right. So yeah, that's our NXT Takeover review show. Stay tuned for this week. We'll have a Survivor Series review show, which is going to be a long pay-per-view. Last thing I saw that the Cruiserweight Championship got moved to the kickoff. So that'll be on the kickoff show, which I'm fine with, because I really didn't want to see the other matches in the kickoff. I kind of was fine with that being the kickoff.
Okay.
Because I want to see Baron Corbin versus The Miz on the main show. I kind of want to see Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte. I kind of want to see the Usos versus The Bar. Like those matches look better than the Cruiserweight matches. I've seen Kalisto and Enzo fight for the last 3 weeks. I'm good. I don't need to see it again.
Question. By all intents and purposes, this should be the last one, right?
Hope so.
Please.
We hope so.
We're done. Just so you know, we're done with that.
Yeah, wrap it up.
We have Survivor Series. Stay tuned for It Gets Better, I Swear. We'll be
coming up next.
Yeah, right. Follow everything that we do. The Wrestling Babble on Red Cycle Inc. Follow Red Cycle Inc. on SoundCloud, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, WordPress, Tumblr. Wherever you have a website, we probably have something there. So look it up. Check out Mark with the Mic on SoundCloud and Facebook as well, and Instagram and whatnot. We'll be on Google Play and iTunes very soon, probably starting December. So keep in tune that we're getting a lot more things going and rolling.
And remember, he's 100.
He's 100.
He is.
Oh, and forever and always follow Jenkins. He's at AnimeCon. Follow him. With a sandwich, if anything, just follow him, stalk him.
100%.
Yeah. All right. We're going to wrap this up. Laters.